Hey, you're finally back. You have to go see Xardas right away. There's a problem.
That I certainly believe.
All hell's broken loose since you left. Talk to Xardas. He's waiting for you. Xardas gave me this rune for you. It'll help you get to him faster. We'll meet again there.
Has Pardos come back?
Yes, he's inside, resting. Thanks for everything you...
Never mind.
Wait, I'd love to give you a reward, but I haven't got...
Forget it.
How's the situation?
Malik has disappeared and taken everything and everybody who would work for me with him. He said he was headed for the mountains. He couldn't stand it here anymore. The hordes of monsters pouring out of the pass every day into the high pastures are really getting to me. If at least I had a few helpers or mercenaries. There was even one who was willing to work for me. Changed his mind, though. I think his name was Wolf.
It'll be all right.
Without Malik, nothing gets done around here anymore. If something doesn't happen soon, I'll have to give up my farm. Hopefully he'll come back soon.
The Master wants your head. No one can save you now. Yes. There he is.
I couldn't care less.
Why get so worked up?
No one really
I'm
wanted
not telling you anything is not what I heard.
Can I buy weapons from you?
I don't have much. We take almost all the swords and axes into Onar's.
My problem.
He really should have known that.
Can I buy
I don't have.
I never knew that.
It's his decision.
I've heard a thing or two say you didn't know that.
That's no secret.
You listen to the wrong people.
No one really wants to hear
I'm not touching that. It can't go on like this forever.
No one really.
I heard you know how to make armor from crawler plates.
That's right. Who'd you hear that from?
A hunter by the name of Gustav told me. Could you make me armor like that?
Sure. Bring me 10 crawler plates and I'll make you one.
How much do you want for it?
Forget it. I'll do it for nothing. For old time's sake.
Anything is not what I heard.
I couldn't get away with that.
I'm not touching that.
Been there, done that.
I may have found a job for you on Bengar's farm.
Let's hear it.
The pass to the Valley of Mines comes out directly at Bengar's farm. He's got problems with all the beasts who squeeze through the pass. Someone needs to defend Bengar's farm.
That would be something.
Say that myself.
Then at least I'd be away from the farm here and wouldn't have to stare at the smithy. Good. That comes to 800 gold coins.
A hefty price.
Well, for one of us, I'd do it for almost nothing. But for you,
Enough trouble as it is. This is gonna change.
Here's your gold.
good. I'm off then to see those beasts. Let's see who else on this farm I can enlist. See you later.
You just have to listen.
That's really never would have thought of that himself.
Same old thing all over
Can't
again.
go on like this was quite obvious. That's been known a long time. Will it ever change? Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Everything all right with you?
You saved my ass, man. I'll never forget that.
What weapons do you have to offer?
Only the best. Just take a look at them.
That's the first
Have you
time.
got something for me to do?
Have you seen those black hooded guys creeping by here?
Myself.
Those people give me the willies, I'll tell you. When I was at sea, I saw some pretty curious things, but those fellows really scare me. They went in the direction of the bandit camp in the mountains at the southern end of the valley. Maybe you should go there and check on those guys and do away with them.
He ran like Beliar himself was after him.
Ah, it's good that you've come.
What's up?
I found this in the old chapel. It's a magic rune. I think it will teleport you straight back here to the farm. I thought you might be able to use it.
I've come from the Valley of Mines. The castle there was attacked by dragons.
So it's true. Lars said that rumors about dragons are circulating through the city. I didn't believe it. What about the paladins?
They've been thoroughly decimated.
Good. Maybe that will make Lord Hagen move to the Valley of Mines with his men. The fewer paladins stay here, the better.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Interested in some more old coins?
Sure. You still have any?
A few.
Thanks. Here's your money. Bring me all you can find.
Of course we got him in the end.
Can I have some more of your stew?
These militia bastards threw Bennett in the hole. Do me a favor and get him out of there, will you? In the meantime, I'll cook you some yummy stew.
Don't say you didn't know that. Wouldn't be so sure. That's been going a long time. He doesn't even know how to hold a sword. Of course we got him in the end.
The Master wants your head. No one can save you now. Surrender while you can. There is no escape for you.
Nothing there. Nothing there. Hey! What are you doing here?
I fled here from Bengar's farm. I didn't want to be butchered by all those creatures coming out of the pass. You can't imagine what sort of things came out of the pass the last few days.
I can. Bengar needs you. He wants you to come back to his farm.
I'm not crazy. As long as we have to live defenseless on the farm, I'm not budging an inch from here.
I've hired a mercenary. He will keep an eye on the farm.
That's different, of course. But wait a minute. Who's paying the guy then?
That's my problem.
No chance to say no, eh?
No.
Good. Then I'll go back. I hope the lad's good for something.
There he is. Master wants your head.
How's it going with your tavern?
Hopefully these black magicians will move on soon. Otherwise, I can close the tavern. Almost nobody dares to come here anymore.
Show me your wares.
Certainly, Brother of the Ring.
And there's more, believe me.
That's really not my problem.
Nobody wants to know.
Is it really true?
You just...
Surrender while you
Hey! I'm back from the Valley of Mines.
High time, too. What did you see?
You were right. The land's been overrun by an entire army of the enemy. Orcs are besieging the castle, and dragons have laid whole areas to waste. It won't be long before they attack Khorinis, if I'm not mistaken. Lester said you wanted to see me at once. What the hell has happened here in the meantime?
The enemy has learned who you really are, and that you're planning to get hold of the Eye of Innos. He has recognized the threat. It has forced him to leave his cover and openly attack. The game of hide and seek is over. Yesterday, nobody knew what the enemy's attack would look like. Now it has become only too obvious.
I finally got the proof that Lord Hagen demanded of me.
What proof is that?
I received a letter from Garand, the commander of the Paladins in the Valley of Mines. In it, he asks for reinforcements.
That should be enough to convince that militant warhorse. Well done.
I was attacked by magicians in black robes.
The enemy has many faces. The Seekers are one of them. They're really the ones who prepare the ground for the enemy. They have taken up their positions in strategic places and are now only waiting for an opportunity to spring the trap. Stay out of their way. They are very powerful magical beings, and they will try to deter you at any cost.
What will be the next step now?
Go and bring Lord Hagen the letter from Garand, so that he may grant you access to the Eye of Innos. Then go to the monastery and talk to Pyrokar. He must give you the eye. Nothing is more important than getting this artifact away to safety. Go now before it's too late. The enemy will also try to lay his hands on it.
I was at your hut in the Valley of Mines.
So it's still standing. Did you find it?
If you mean your pouch with the lumps of ore, yes, I have it.
You're a fox. You know that. Do you have it with you? I'll give you 100 gold coins for it.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
Sure.
Terrific.
Nobody ever asked for my opinion.
Why did you leave it there in the first place?
I had no idea that ore was so valuable here in Khorinis. For one measly piece of ore, you couldn't get so much as a place to sleep back in the penal colony. In the harbor city, they'll practically bash your skull in if they find out you have ore on you.
I won't tell her.
I hope that I'll get it back soon.
I'm not touching that.
Give me 100 gold coins, and I'll give you your ore back.
Deal. Here you go. You're a real friend. Thanks a lot.
They listen to me.
That's not what I heard.
teach me that language?
The high language of the priests. Above all else, the Holy Scriptures, with each of these texts is... Go and test your new knowledge. You will see that the Scriptures of the Builders are no longer an unsolvable mystery for you.
I've got this feeling of trepidation.
You don't look well either. You were subjected to the black look of the Seekers for too long. All I can heal is your body, but only the monastery can purify your soul. Speak to Pyrakar. He will help you.
Good thing you're here. You need to help me.
What kind of clothes are these?
I bought them from a trader outside of town. The guards wouldn't let me in at first. Also, there's no need to let the whole world know where I come from.
You've got a point there.
That's the way I see it. But even though I've dumped my shadow garb, I'm still who I always was. And I have big plans for this city.
What are you doing here?
I've been observing the guards. They're constantly on their toes. I don't think it will be easy for me to get through there.
What is this about?
A lot of things have changed since I left here. I have to get back on my feet somehow.
What's the problem?
I have to get into the upper quarter, but I'm not a citizen of the town, and I don't have enough money to bribe the guards. That's where you come in.
So you want me to lend you some gold?
Nonsense. I've got some gold. A whole lot of gold, even. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me. You need to go fetch my gold for me.
What's in it for me?
Have I ever asked you what you could give me in return? We're friends. Shouldn't that be enough?
Okay, I'll help you.
Well, listen. Back when the barrier was still in place, I hid a small treasure. It's been quite a while. That's why I forgot to take it with me. And I can't leave here at all at the moment. To cut a long story short, you must go to the Valley of Mines for me and fetch my gold.
Where did you get all that gold?
Am I the only one, then, who put some gold aside for himself in the Valley of Mines? Filching a few nuggets was a piece of cake, just in case we ever got out of there. Everybody was so keen on that ore that no one even cared for gold at the time.
What are you planning to do with the gold?
I still have an account to settle with one of the merchants in the upper quarter. I need to take care of that, and then I'll be all set for a new career.
Where's the gold hidden?
Directly at the trading square, above the abandoned mine. It's in a leather satchel. Spare yourself that comment. I know myself that we must have walked right past it. Just bring me the bag. But don't forget to check that it's the right one, so you don't walk all that way for nothing.
How can I recognize it?
It's full of gold. A whole lot of gold.
I'll try to find your gold.
Just do it. That's enough for me.
I found your gold.
Great. Show me. Very good. Gerbrant had better watch out now. Listen, I still need to take care of the guards. I want you to take this letter to Gerbrant. He is one of the fat merchants in the upper quarter. Give him my regards. I'll meet you in front of Gerbrand's house then.
Can you teach me something?
I have to attend to my business first.
I bring you news from Garand. Here, he gave me this message for you.
Our situation is worse than I had feared, but report to me on the situation in the Valley of Mines.
The Paladins are holed up in the castle in the Valley of Mines, surrounded by orcs. There were many casualties in the prospecting operations, and there's barely any ore left. Well, I should say that without any help, the lads are lost. That's how it looks.
I shall find a way to rescue this expedition. You have done much for us. Innos will thank you.
I'm not all that interested in his gratitude. I want his eye.
Yes, of course, I stand by my word. Take this letter. It will open the monastery gates to you. Speak with Pyrokar, the highest fire magician, and show him this authorization. He will grant you access to the Eye of Innos. One more thing before you go. Take this rune as a token of my gratitude. It will take you safely back to the city whenever you want.
I want to take up service with the Order.
To be a warrior of Innos means to devote yourself entirely to the cause of Innos. Only the noblest and bravest warriors are accepted into our order. If you are truly determined to become a paladin, you must prove that you are worthy.
How can I prove myself worthy?
Your deeds will show whether you are worthy. We fight for freedom and justice in the name of Innos. We fight against Beliar and his henchmen who want to destroy the just order of Innos.
I understand.
You understand nothing at all. Our honor is our life, and our life is Innos. A paladin goes into battle praising Innos, and many of us have lost our lives on the altar of the eternal strife between good and evil. Every single one of us has committed himself to this tradition. If we fail, we tarnish the deeds of our fallen comrades. Only he who truly understands this is worthy of being a paladin.
I want to take up service with the Order.
To be a warrior, only the... If you...
How's the situation?
I must find a way to rescue this expedition. We must do something against the dragons. Perhaps the Eye of Innos can save us all now.
What? What's your business here? Smart kid.
Just gossip.
Where have you been gadding about for so long? I need more skins. Did you bring any?
I've got a few skins for you.
Wolf skin, that's good. A warg skin? Those beasts are tough. Good work. Come see me again when you have more. There you are.
Show me your way.
Really didn't deserve that.
I've always said that these mercenaries, it's high time we taught that scum a lesson. Bennett didn't think this up all by himself.
Hey. Any news?
You could say so. The Paladins have arrested Bennett, our smith.
How did that happen?
Bennett went to town to buy supplies. Well, he never came back. If you want to learn more, you should ask Hodges. He was in the city with Bennett.
Who said that?
That's not what I heard.
He should have known.
Let's begin with the training. What about Bennett, the blacksmith?
You mean the mercenary? He is sitting in jail where he belongs.
Can I talk to him?
Certainly. Just go in. But if you try to help him escape, you will be in for it.
How come you're in the slammer?
Those swine have thrown me in the hole. I'm supposed to have murdered a paladin. But I didn't do it. They're only trying to frame me.
Why would they do that?
How would I know? You've got to get me out of here. Talk to Lord Hagen. Tear down the wall. Who cares? Just do something.
What happened?
I went downtown with Hodges to buy some supplies for our boys. Suddenly, we heard a loud scream and the sound of running feet.
Get to the point.
We knew at once that something had happened and that they would grab us at once if they saw us there. We ran like hell, then just before we got to the city gate, I tripped and sprained my ankle. The rest is soon told. The militia was on me at once, and they threw me straight into this hole.
Who was murdered?
I have no idea. One of the paladins. I don't know them.
Have you got a name?
Some Lothar, I think. Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure. You had better ask Lord Hagen. He knows all the details.
Did they have any evidence against you?
They say they have a witness who recognized me.
Well, do you know who the witness is?
No, all I know is that he's lying.
Who's leading the investigation?
Lord Hagen himself. Since the victim was one of the paladins, this falls under martial law.
What does that mean?
That's easy to guess. If I don't get out of here, they're gonna let me swing without further ado. You've got to help me or there'll be a war. Lee's not gonna take this lying down. You can figure out for yourself what that means.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby... The sentence is death by hanging. The execution will take place in a few days.
Can you make me a prophecy?
Yes. Time has progressed, and I shall give you a prophecy in return for a few coins.
How much?
For a paltry 250 coins. I shall risk a glance through time for you.
Tell me about the future.
All right, son of knowledge. I shall now enter a state of trance. Are you ready? You shall force what is nobody's destiny but yours, through fire and snow, through ice and flames, men in foreign armor, a swamp, lizards, they await you. That's all. There's nothing more I can see.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. The mercenary Smith Bennett, who treacherously murdered the paladin...
But the light was a torment for Beliar. All that Innos created was destroyed by Beliar.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Really didn't deserve that.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
What are you doing here?
Who are you then? Looks like you're new and have no idea what's going on around here. They call me Gabrant. That's Mr. Gabrant. Sir to you. Got it?
I get the point, Mr. Gabrant, sir.
At least it didn't take you too long to grasp how the wind blows around here. As soon as business starts picking up again, I can surely find a use for a great big guy like you. You'd make a really good depot master. Can you read?
Of course.
Fine, fine. Trained staff is hard to come by. How about your references?
References?
All right. I shall remember your face. Once trade picks up again, come and see me. I just might have a job for you by then.
Anything new?
I've seen the likes of you. You simply don't know your place. I shall have a talk with the governor concerning appropriate safety measures for the upper end of town.
Diego says hello.
What? Who? What Diego?
And he wants me to give you this letter.
That can't be. No. I'm a goner. Is he in town then?
Who?
Diego, of course.
Yes, I'm gonna meet him here shortly.
Oh, this is the end then. All is lost. I've got no time. I need to get out of here. Quick! If he finds me here, I'm done for.
Anything new?
What is that about? Are you trying to mock me? You and your buddy Diego have wreaked enough havoc already. Leave me alone!
Take your paws off that.
Smart kid.
You listen to the wrong people.
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
Halt! You were accused of theft. As long as that is true, you may not edit. Go to Lord Andre and settle the matter.
That was obvious all along.
The things I could tell you.
Is it really true?
Hey, you! I delivered the letter.
Very good. How did Gerbrand take it?
He was rather shocked and made himself scarce right away.
I should think so. I'm afraid that, first of all, I need to attend to furnishing my new house. If I remember correctly, Gerbrand's taste is horrible.
So how did you pull this off?
Did you think that Gerbrand came by his fortune through honest business? Of course, he never got his fingers dirty when it came to really shady deals. He had a helper for that. Of course, I caught on to a lot back then. Gerbrand finally got rid of me. He was probably afraid that I knew too much.
You never told me about that.
You never asked me.
What about Gerbrand?
He has enjoyed the good life for far too long. He was living here in the lap of luxury while I was forcing down meat bug stew. I have no idea where he went from here, but he'll never get a foothold in Khorinis again. I'll see to that. If you're looking for him, you should try the Harbor District.
What about my share?
Looks like you haven't forgotten everything I've taught you after all. But you're right. I couldn't have done it without you. Here's your share.
Can you teach me something?
Yeah, sure. Just let me know when you're ready.
Teach me.
I can teach you to become more dexterous.
Halt! As long as you are accused of theft, you can't enter the up. Go to Lord Andre.
Say you didn't know that. Do you really believe that? He didn't get that from me. It's all just gossip.
There, where Innos stood, was a place in which Innos and
It is good that you have come. You are accused of theft. There are witnesses. I will not tolerate such conduct in the city. You must pay a penalty to atone for your crime.
How much?
50 gold pieces.
I want to pay the penalty.
Good. I shall see to it that everyone in the city learns of it. That will restore your reputation to some degree.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is hereby enacted. The mercenary Smith Bennett, who treacherously murdered the paladin Lothar, has been condemned.
Seen it with my own eyes. These are bad times.
Agree with you completely. That was quite obvious.
It's a bad business.
That will never change.
Innos enlightens all those who recognize it.
I need to talk to you about Bennett.
But that's the mercenary who murdered one of my men.
How come you're so sure that Bennett is the killer?
We have a witness. As you can see, there is no doubt about the mercenary's guilt.
Who is that witness?
Cornelius, the governor's secretary, saw the murder. His description fits Bennett, no doubt about that. As far as I am concerned, that settles the matter. The mercenary will hang for treason.
You saw the murder of Lothar, didn't you?
I need not answer any questions about a current investigation. Lord Hagen already has everything I know on record.
What was it you saw?
Really, I haven't got any time now. You need to go now. The office is closing.
Enough of that. What did you see?
I saw how the mercenary struck down the paladin from behind, and then he took his sword and rammed it through his chest.
Are you completely sure?
Yes, of course. I saw it with my own eyes, but I really haven't got any time now. There's a huge pile of paperwork I need to do.
I don't believe you.
So what? What are you going to do about it?
You hold your life dear, don't you?
If you attack me, they'll hang you. I have powerful friends. So don't you dare lay a finger on me. Now, get out of here, or I'll call the guards.
I don't.
So what?
Perjury will land you in the slammer for a long time.
You're trying to threaten me? A little guardsman is threatening me, the secretary to the governor? If you don't get lost right now, I'll see to it that you are demoted.
What is it you want?
You don't even have enough gold to pay me.
How much?
2,000 gold pieces. Well, that could make me rethink the matter. My head. Leave me alone, you filthy brute!
Cornelius lied.
How did you know that?
Here, I've got his diary. Everything's in there.
That slimy little criminal! In view of the new evidence, there is nothing else I can do. By virtue of the office granted me by king and church, I declare that the prisoner Bennett is exonerated of all charges and is thereby a free man. Cornelius is to be taken into immediate custody for perjury. Your deeds would give honor to one of our own.
I want to take up service with the Order.
Good. You have proven that you have the courage, the skill, and the devotion to serve Innos. Your deeds bear witness to a pure heart. If it is your wish, then I shall bid you welcome to our order.
I'm ready.
Then so shall it be. Many men have taken this path and given their lives in the name of Innos. Do you swear that your deeds will honor their deaths and proclaim the fame of Innos?
I swear.
Then, from now on, you are a member of our fellowship. I hereby appoint you a warrior of Innos. I give to you the weapons and armor of a knight. Bear them with pride, knight. Henceforth, by virtue of your rank, you shall have access to the monastery. Albrecht will teach you our magic. Just go and talk to him. And of course, our quarters in the upper end of the city are now open to you.
What does it mean to be a paladin?
A paladin is a warrior of Innos. He lives in order to serve him and fights in order to do him honor. In return, the gift of magic is bestowed upon us. The magic of runes, which we are granted as recognition for our deeds.
Can you teach me something?
If you prove yourself worthy, I shall bestow the magic runes of the paladins upon you. Beyond that, I can teach you to increase your magic power.
Am I worthy of receiving a rune?
As a sign of your rank, I bestow upon you the Rune of Light. It is a symbol of truth and justice. Light the way for all those who walk the path of Innos. You must earn all other runes. Come again when you think you have proven yourself worthy.
Hey, you!
I am Geryon, master of two-handed combat and paladin of the king. Why are you disturbing me?
Can you train me?
You do well to train in the noblest of all combat styles, as is proper for a warrior of Innos. I shall instruct you. Report to me when you are ready.
I'm ready to be trained.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Don't tell this to anyone. Honestly, I witnessed it myself. Really, how interesting.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yes, for my current assignment, I need the claws of a snapper. But not just any old claws. It would have to be something special. The claws of a mighty beast who has killed many men already, or something like that.
Where can I find snappers?
There are a few of them on this island, but most of them live in the Valley of Mines.
And what's in it for me?
I could get you a ring of invincibility.
I'll see what I can do. I've got some special snapper claws for you.
My customer will be happy to hear that. Here's the ring I promised you.
Show me your wares.
And it's gonna get even worse.
And he works all day, too.
He listened to the wrong people. Will it ever change? Is it really true?
Nobody wants to know.
He listened to the wrong people.
But Adanos feared for the day in which the beast would
Nothing amazes me anymore.
What are you doing here?
I make sure that nobody enters the houses. Explicit order from Lord Hagen, and don't even think about violating this order.
I used to say that myself.
That's been known a long time.
You should really have known better.
Will it ever change? I wouldn't be so sure.
I agree with you completely.
That's the first I've heard of it.
It's really not my problem.
But he knew that all along.
And so he set himself between.
So now you are a paladin. Congratulations. I thought from the beginning that you wouldn't stay with the militia long.
I think that Cornelius is lying.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What proof do you have?
I've read his diary. They bribed him. Everything was just a bunch of lies.
If that is really so, you must go to Lord Hagen immediately. Show him the diary. He will take care of the rest.
Was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
I see you become a fighter for law and order. It doesn't matter that you're in the service of Innos. You're one of us, and I hope that's the way you see it too.
Hey, you! What's behind that locked door?
Behind that is the chest of the master lockpicker. Fingers. He put such an unbelievably complicated lock on it that, till now, no one has been able to open it. Unfortunately, he got nabbed. They tossed him through the barrier, where he probably died. But if you want to try opening the chest, here's the key to the room.
Was proven by a clever advisor of Lord Hagen.
I managed to open the chest.
That's impossible. It looks like we've got a new master lockpicker. Congratulations on this accomplishment.
Hey, you! Show me your wares.
May Innos...
Hey, you. Hey, you. Ever been to the monastery?
Maybe. Why?
Are they still taking on people? I wouldn't know where else to turn.
Where do you come from?
I used to be captain of a big whaler, my boy. The sea is my home. My ship, the good old Magdalena, was sunk by pirates a few months ago, and now I'm stranded here. All I ever wanted was to go back to sea. Since I've come here, not one schooner is called at this accursed port. The only ship which is anchored in Khorinis is that blasted war galley of the king, and they don't take on anyone. So what else can I do? There's no work for me in town. I've tried everything.
You'd better get off the road.
Don't worry. I've already noticed that the wilderness out here has become damn dangerous in the last couple of days.
I can hardly believe it. Are you really a paladin now?
Obviously.
If someone like you is with the paladins, then Beliar's thugs had better watch out. If you did in the sleeper, that handful of orcs shouldn't be a problem.
This is not only about the orcs.
I know, but it's still good to have you on our side.
Oh well.
What are you doing here in the monastery? Let me guess. You want to be instructed in the art of magic.
Perhaps.
I knew it. Best to talk to Marduk. He's responsible for you paladins. You'll find him in front of the chapel.
How did you get to the monastery so fast?
What kind of a question is that? I crept through the pass and made my way straight to the monastery. Admittedly, it was never easy avoiding all the monsters making themselves at home on this side of the valley, but ultimately I encountered fewer problems than I expected.
Do you know where the others are?
Gorn seems to have coped with his stay in Garan's dungeon very well. In any case, he wanted to go to Lee and see what was happening on the farm. After the grub they serve in the dungeon, he's probably stuffing his face right now and putting the mercenaries' provisions to a real test. Diego mumbled something about a reckoning. No idea what he meant by that, but I suspect he's in the city. You know him, always there when there's something to be had.
Do you know anything about the hooded figures?
No, but I have a bad feeling about those guys. Be careful if you run into them.
I need to get into the monastery. It's urgent.
Yes, sure. Here's the key.
Been there, done that.
I see that you have decided to fight on our side. I am glad. We can use every man. You should go speak directly to Marduk. He is responsible for you paladins.
Do you really think?
I want to increase my magic powers.
May Innos protect.
Have you got anything else for me?
Yes. As a member of the library, you are given the key to the library. There you will find brothers Karis and Xardas. If you like, you can speak with them there. May Innos protect you.
You don't have to tell me that.
Welcome, my son. Since when are you one of the paladins?
Only for a short time.
Then I bid you welcome. In this battle, we need every man who has the courage to oppose evil. The fate of us all lies in the hands of men like you. May Innos ever give you the courage you need.
You don't have to tell me that.
What can you teach me?
Naturally, I cannot teach you your combat skills. I can, however, bring the essence of Innos and his gifts closer to you. Besides, it is my task to prepare you for the consecration of the sword.
And the magic?
Here, we teach only our magic. You must learn the magic of the paladins in the city.
Innos deals out fair punishment.
What's the consecration of the sword?
The consecration of the sword is one of the paladin's most sacred rituals. During this ceremony, the holy power of Innos flows through the blade of the paladin's sword and gives the sword undreamed of powers. A sword so consecrated is a paladin's most valuable possession and will accompany him his whole life long.
What do you mean by that?
When Innos had to leave our world, he left humankind a part of his divine power. Only a few of us humans are allowed to use his power and to oversee justice in his name.
And what do you want to bring closer to me?
I can set you on the right path to recognize the essence of Innos and follow him.
Maybe later.
You are heartily welcome here anytime.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
What's your job here?
I prepare the paladins for their fight against evil.
Could have told you that before.
Is there anything you can teach me?
I am an expert in the magic of ice and the magic of thunder. I can teach you their power. However, I only instruct magicians.
No one must violate the divine order.
For Innos, brother. If you have come to learn something about the consecration of the sword, then ask Marduk.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Hey, you!
The honorable warriors of Innos rarely stray into these rooms. What can I do for you?
What exactly is your job?
It is my responsibility to train mages in the art of spherical manifestation.
What does that mean?
Well, I teach them how to summon creatures or beings from other states or spheres. This is usually called summoning, although this expression alone is insufficient for the art of calling a servant. Furthermore, I own some interesting spell scrolls which Gorax does not have.
Show me your wares. Hey, you! How are your studies coming along?
The enemy has many faces. Which of them presents the greatest danger for the monastery is awfully difficult to determine.
Hey!
I am Master Highglass, guardian of the fire and keeper of the knowledge.
What are you studying, Master?
My research focuses on fire, the power of Innos. It is his gift and at the same time a mighty weapon, and I create runes which contain his power.
Any news?
Yes. Well, you've probably noticed those black-robed figures.
I've met them.
This brings us to the core of the matter. At the moment, we're observing a very rare constellation of stars. To be more exact, the sign of the ox currently stands in direct correlation with the sign of the warrior. I suppose you know what that means.
Well, to be honest,
Yes, I see. Well, I cannot explain the entire background to you now, but it definitely signifies a great change, and I do not like change. Therefore, I want you to get me a book from town. It's called The Divine Power of the Stars. You may have to rummage around for it a bit, but I'm sure you'll find it.
I'll see whether I can find it.
That's good. It frees up my time so I can follow some other trails as well. But don't take too much time. Time, I'm afraid, is what we have the least of.
I've got the book for you.
Very good. Give it here. You may withdraw now. I shall retire and study.
Nobody ever asks me.
Been there, done that.
Can I be of assistance to you?
What's your task here?
My tasks are many and varied. Not only am I the steward, but I am also the treasurer. Moreover, I supervise the wine cellar, and I'm in control of the monastery's food supplies. So, if there's anything you need, you can always come to me and get it. For a modest contribution, that is.
I need a few things. Hey!
What's wrong? Why are you bothering me? Can't you see I'm in the middle of an extremely complicated experiment?
I didn't mean to disturb you.
You already have. Well, what do you want?
Can I learn from you?
I shall instruct you in the secrets of alchemy.
Could you brew me a potion?
Do you doubt my abilities? I can brew any potion.
Fine.
Not so fast. Naturally, you must bring me the ingredients and pay a small fee for expenses, as well as for the materials.
How much do you ask?
For the brewing itself, I charge 10 gold pieces.
Brew me a potion of great speed.
All right. Do you have the ingredients and the gold?
Yes, here.
Good, thanks. I shall give you a potion now, then you won't have to wait so long.
Brew me an elixir of healing.
All right. Do you have the ingredients and the gold?
Yes, here.
Good. I shall give you a potion now, then you won't have to wait so long.
Been there, done that.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Dismissed. You know what you have to do.
Any news?
No. Nothing which you do not already know, brother.
I've come from the old Valley of Mines.
What do you have to report?
The enemy has formed up there with an army of orcs and dragons.
We have already learned that from Milton. But what about the king's shipment of ore?
The mine they are digging for Garand in the valley cannot satisfy the demands of the king.
The days are becoming grayer, and the light of the sun is ever weaker.
I was attacked by men in black robes.
I know. Those are the Seekers, henchmen from the nether realms of Beliar. Beware of them. They will try to take possession of you. Once possessed, you will no longer be yourself. Only here in the monastery could you find help then, so be careful. Here, this rune will bring you directly back to the monastery if you need our help. Remember, we must offer resistance or we shall all be doomed.
I have come to take the Eye of Innos.
I see that you have received an authorization from Lord Hagen himself to bear the Eye of Innos. I am afraid that I have to disappoint you. We have fallen victim to a treacherous plot of the enemy. The Eye of Innos has been violently taken from these sacred walls.
Who did this?
Evil is cunning, and usually works in secret. Only rarely do you see it emerge to pursue its evil machinations in broad daylight. But these days, it's a different matter. The enemy now shows himself openly in the street, in every home and every public square. This can only mean that he no longer fears any adversary and is not going to shrink back from anything. One of our most faithful followers, a candidate for the high robe of the Magicians of Fire, has changed his allegiance unexpectedly, and in an alarmingly evil manner. Pedro. The enemy has taken possession of him, thus inflicting a terrible defeat upon us. Pedro has forced his way into our most sacred halls and stolen the eye. I fear that he simply spent too much time by himself, outside of the gates, and thus beyond the protective walls of the monastery, exposed to all lurking dangers.
Where did the thief flee to?
Pedro knocked down some of the other novices who tried to stop him and disappeared into the morning mist. Many novices have gone after him to bring the eye back to its place unharmed. If you want to catch up with them, you need to hurry before Pedro disappears out of your reach.
I think I'm possessed. Can you heal me?
Not without a token of your respect for this monastery, my son. 300 gold coins.
Great. Here's the money.
Here, drink this. May the mercy of Innos be your salvation.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
The path of virtue is long and rocky.
Hey! Do you know where Pedro is?
Do you think I'd be standing around here if I knew where the renegade was hiding? He must pay for his deeds. I hope we manage to get the eye back. You have to help us. Find him and bring back the Eye of Innos.
So, everything okay with you?
All's fine. The water mages led us safely out of this accursed valley.
And what will you do next?
I'm gonna continue to fight for Lee, and someday we're gonna leave this island.
And then?
We shall see. If the war is still raging, we'll go up against the orcs. But that remains to be seen.
Hey! Patrick is back.
Yeah, man. I had almost given up hope. You...
Hey, do me a favor.
Yes?
Spare us both your speech of thanks.
I wasn't going to thank you at all.
But...
I was just going to tell you that you're a damn cheeky devil. Stay cool.
Is it really true? That was obvious all along.
Tell me that isn't true.
Don't say you didn't know that.
Hey!
That will never change.
Man, and here I was thinking they'd really hang me.
Well, it worked all right in the end.
You can say that again. You should have seen the face of the soldier when he had to let me out. He was so scared, he almost did it in his pants. Which reminds me, I've got something for you.
What do you mean?
A present.
Sooner or later.
What present?
We have heard of the dragons that are said to be in the valley.
They're really there.
All right, I believe you. Anyway, I thought you would surely want to participate in the upcoming dragon hunt.
And?
Here, take this amulet. I think you'll need it more than I do.
It's better to watch out.
That was quite obvious.